Never mind, guys, we are back again. As I was browsing through just to make sure, and I'm glad I did this, that I didn't miss anything. There was a part 2 on here, and this is where I took a quick look through the first 30 seconds. Things get interesting. Buckle in, fasten your seatbelt.
Oh, everything you just saw in the last video with Greg was a joke. It was planned to be a video where me and Greg make fun of everyone that's saying that I'm not natural.
I'm calling
it just
cap.
Doesn't make sense, all right?
No,
that was the whole point. We're talking
cap.
about polymorphisms. We're talking about me being on gear for 16 months and hopping off and keeping all the gains. It doesn't work that way and doesn't make sense. And the whole point was to show how dumb it is by us being extremely serious the whole time to just make fun of the people.
No. I'll tell you guys exactly what happened. That video was way too serious and way too, I know Greg's acting, and Greg's acting is nothing good. Go out of your way to actually get the girl on video saying what polymorphism is, describing the cycle, describing the reasoning for why it was done, and doing it for as long of a period as that, and still doing like promos for HLT sups, all the things they did through it. There's just no way. I think they're backtracking. I think they were gonna release a Hussein video coming out. He probably told Greg, hey, I lied to you initially. I was on steroids. I did run a cycle for 16 months. What should we do? Because obviously, like I was just saying, they banked on him being natural, lifetime natural. That's their big thing. Their big shtick together is that he's one of the most incredible physiques naturally, never touched anything. So now they're in the hot water or the hot seat where it's like, all right, Greg needs to know this. He tells Greg, this is their idea of a video, is coming out clean, saying that he has polymorphism, an apology that now is moving forward. He's going to be doing blood work or blood tests, a $500,000 challenge if you can bust him. And I think them kind of preemptively saying that this video was going to come out didn't get the response they wanted. So now we're seeing on screen Hussein try and backtrack and say that this first whole part, that whole video that was edited down, they had people on phone calls doing video recordings talking about polymorphism, blah, 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 right? That he didn't like the response and he's backtracking.
People, they're talking about it, and honestly, like, I feel like they're getting paid to make videos on me and saying that I'm not natural. I've tried everything in my power to show that I'm a lifetime natural. I'll look into this camera and say I've never done any sort of steroids, I've never done any SARMs, any peptides, nothing. The thing is, Greg made a comment on a video and he said that I was going to film that video soon and it was going to come out. And that's when, literally today, all of the people that I know, like Connor, Jeff, TNF, made a video on me saying that I'm not natural with absolutely no evidence. It's just a comment of Greg, but just Greg saying that I'm not natural, everybody believes it. After everything that I've tried to do, passing blood work,
well, yeah, you guys have been together with so many videos together claiming that you're natural. That's what the emphasis of your guys' partnership is together.
Whoever wants to come and test me for a full year if they want to, anabolic stick, offered him this and he didn't show up, kind of out, which is fine. Connor offered to pay for all of the blood works, all of the tests for the next year, and he didn't show up. But again, that was the whole point of the video initially, was just to make fun of people. And now I guess we're seeing like people's true faces. I guess everybody's coming out now and they're against me. Some people, for example, Jeff, I totally get how it could affect his reputation. He was, you know, defending me in the comments and that
everyone's reputation.
And I just want to say, honestly, without Greg making that comment, I feel like the video would have made a lot more sense because it just goes through like everything. And at the end, after watching, you're like, all right, that makes sense. They're just trolling or they're just kidding. Like, what if is a polymorphism? If you do want to test me, if you do want to pull up, I will up it to $500,000 now. All right, $500,000. If I fail a single blood work in a full year, if I fail one over the year, I'll refund every single person all of the tests that they paid for, and also I'll give them $500,000 on top of it. That's my invite to everybody watching this. And if you guys want to learn how to build your own fitness business, obviously you can see I know how to drive attention. You can apply and work with me down below. I'm going to put the link for it, HusseinFarhad.com.
You just drove attention to ending your career. Because there's no way anyone's going to believe this first part, or at least they shouldn't. I think it's way too sus. They just didn't like the response they got for him coming clean, and then now they're trying to backtrack and save his reputation and their company together. I'm going to be honest. Let's see Greg's comment because I see that over here.
Upset. And so that was my mistake. I shouldn't have posted a comment. And so listen, guys, this is the honest truth. If you take a 16-month of steroids and you put on, say, 45 pounds of muscle or whatever, and you stop, you're going to lose a shit ton of muscle. Now, some people I was talking to,
you're not.
He says, well, no.
You're not, because if you get to your natural genetic potential, which he might have elite genetics, no one's saying Hussein doesn't have elite genetics, that he could maintain theoretically 100% of what he gained if he wasn't too far over his natural genetic potential.
Oh, if you only get to your natural genetic potential, you can keep those gains.
See,
Now,
TNF
I know
knows.
people who have used steroids and done this, and when they stop, they lose about half of their gains. And so if you think that you
when
can
they're
just jump on this
insanely
crazy
far past their natural genetic potential, or after their cycle, they just stop doing everything. They're not training, they're not dieting properly, they're doing everything horribly.
first year cycle and put on like 40 pounds of muscle, or even if it's 30, you're probably going to lose half. And what's going to happen? So you know, LH and FSH is going to be tanked. Your testosterone levels are going to go in the toilet. You're likely not going to get an erection.
Can always counteract.
You're going to feel like garbage. It's going to be horrendous.
If you do things properly.
It could take you perhaps a year to get back to normal. And so
if you don't
PCT, try to be the fake natty and just go on gear for the first year and make all kinds of gains and lose it, because it's going to be a nightmare for you, and it's very, very unhealthy, and I strongly don't recommend it.
And then you will get sponsored by Greg Doucette's company.